Citizens of Detroit. In 2016, 11,000 more people had jobs in the city of Detroit than in the year 2015. My hope is for that number to continue rising in the upcoming years. That is why I, Mike Duggan, have made the decision to run for a re-election as the mayor of Detroit. At the end of my first year as mayor, Detroit's bankruptcy came to an end and got rid of $7 billion in debt. In my next term, I will continue to focus on reducing crime, bringing back jobs and businesses into the city, and forming a well-running transportation system. In the past 4 years, I have brought more police officers onto the streets by making sure they are being paid what they deserve. Our officers need to be justly compensated for the public safety that they provide. In addition, our emergency response time has been cut from 20 to 11 minutes by hiring new emergency medical technicians. Some other safety initiatives my team has taken over the past 4 years was making sure that every street light in Detroit was up and running with efficient LED lights. More crime-reducing initiatives will take place if I am re-elected. I will continue working with Police Chief James Craig on reducing violent crimes such as homicide and rape, which have both unfortunately increased over the past year. Jobs and businesses are what help our city to thrive, and I am launching a new jobs program called Detroit at Work. This is to continue our rising employment. This program will help residents find employment through training programs that have direct links to available jobs. Unemployment is down 18% from 3 years ago, and I believe that we can shrink this number if our people are given the right resources. I also want to continue improving our transportation systems. When I took office in January 2014, only 58% of the city's buses went out each day, and there were not 24-hour routes. I am proud to say that now 100% of the Detroit Department of Transportation's buses run for the first time in years. There are also now 9 24-hour routes and new direct and express service routes. It's hard to believe that not long ago, some Detroiters were not even able to take jobs because there were not 24-hour routes. You might be asking yourself, what cuts will be made for all of these transportation expansions? My answer to you is that not one cut has been made in order to fund this service. This $10 million total expansion was planned for in the city's budget so that we will not have to cut any other money from any service in Detroit. Even though we have had many successes over the last 4 years, we will still need to work hard in order for Detroit to be a desirable place to raise a family. A new focus will be on public education and preventing the state school reform office from closing over 24 Detroit public schools because of low test scores. This is irrational and illegal and cannot be accepted in our city. Before you close a school, I believe there needs to be a quality alternative. I plan to work with the Detroit Public Schools Community District's newly elected school board and Alicia Merriweather, the interim superintendent, to fight this. I invite you to picture the city of Detroit with twice the amount of success we have had up until this point. I think we can all see the growing pride amongst Detroiters and a new definition of what it means to live in Detroit. When people used to think about Detroit, they used to think of bankruptcy and crime. It was not a place where people wanted to live. But now we all know that Detroit is much more capable than that, and we have seen Detroit's potential over the last 4 years. Remember all the changes we have made, and I will be more than enthused than ever to continue rebuilding this beloved city. Let's continue the success we have experienced and help me, Mike Duggan, to build Detroit's future together.